Hey guys, me Danny, and today I'm going to be doing the review of Bridgerton Season 2. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't ever seen any of the other TV shows, please watch them because it's a very good TV show and I'm going to spoil a lot of things. Let me just start for one bit of this. What I want to say is that in the Season 1, I did watch the Season 1, but me personally, I prefer Season 2 storyline than Season 1. That's why I didn't do the video. But I can recap on what happened. In Bridgerton Season 1, we have the Queen of Diamond where Queen Charlotte chooses who the Queen Diamond is, and it's Daphne. So she has this affair with Simon, but he doesn't want to be with her and have babies because he doesn't want to have it. But in the end, they do have a child together, and now they're married. And I think she fixed the proposal. In this one, we have Lady Whistledown where she talks about the gossip and how a lot of people were trying to figure out who Lady Whistledown is. We do get to figure out who it is in the end of season 1, and that was very shocking. So yeah, so that's what's been happening so far. We know that Eloise, she is the sister, and Colin, Anthony was having some problem with some girls, so he was going on off a bit. That's why it's been a bit fishy. But apart from that, hold on for 1 second, let me get my charger. Hi guys, I'm back. I had to get my charger to charge this computer because I'm doing the review by the computer. That's why I need this. But yeah, so like I said, season 1 it does explain a bit more about Daphne because Daphne's a baby sister, so it explains more about her. But that's basically what I'm going to say. So that's how season 1 started. I did like season 1, and there were some things I read because there's a lot of sex scenes of it. And I feel like this season 2 sex scenes were more passionate. Okay. But yeah, so let me start with this. I'm going to start by each character from season 2. And then I'm going to say what my review is and what I feel about it. So in these character developments I'm going to talk about, they are going to relate to season 2. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, so we're going to start with Anthony. He's the Viscount of Bridgerton, and he's basically the man of the family, you know. All the responsibility is on him because he needs to be better, you know, those kind of things. He's basically the one who takes care of the bills, the marriage proposals. He is a Viscount now, so, you know, he has to have that pressure opportunity, you know. 10 years ago, his father was stung by the bee, and he was made a Viscount and was feeling very pressured. He's 19 years old. You know, in this episode, it shows how he was very pressured to do all these kind of things because he was very young as a young age, and he needed to have that, which is sad because he's that development in his character. I really enjoy I get to know his character more than season 1, because season 1 he was that kind of boy. He was just very player, he was wanted the girls. In this one you can see that he is trying to find someone that he can relate to. Sorry about that, I'm just playing with the salt, so I do that when I'm fidgety. But yeah, you can see that in this scene it was very sad because his father died right in his arms and he didn't know what to do. And when the mum was when she found it out, she wouldn't believe it. She wanted Edmund, because that's what his name was, Edmund. So it was very emotional. And him giving the pressure as a 19-year-old boy, you have to be a Viscount. That's just very, very serious. And it's just wow, seriously. But yeah, that's basically what was happening to his life. I feel like he developed his character. We get to see why he is what he is, what explained, and why he didn't want to marry for love. You know, in the first episode, he didn't really marry for love. He just married people and that's it. But when it came down, there was a season 1 where he was with the girl, and she was the mom was you have to stop doing that. So he basically broke up with the girl, and then when he tried to get back to her, she was no, I don't want that. You know, he didn't really marry her for love. So I'm guessing in this series, he's more married in love. He does get a romantic interest in later, which I'll explain a bit more later. In season 2, he was more romantic than season 1. That's what I explained. And he's doing way better. There are some annoying moments, but he's just a caring person. When I mean this annoying, I'm meaning in season 1 when he asked, he was the one who set up with Daphne with that guy, with that idiot guy, about how he doesn't want to sorry, I don't want to do that. Yeah, he was trying to make her to marry him. Like, there's some things that I just don't agree with. Like, he would just have like her be with him, like be with the guy, and she knows he didn't want it, and she's like, oh, I'm just trying to protect you, which I understand he's trying to protect her, but like, you need to calm down your tits, because you need to understand that's not what she wants. Like, that's because you have the opportunity and you are, like, he is not his father. Everyone knows he's not his father. He's trying to be his father, but he's not his father. So I feel like the way that some things, like I said in this series and series 2, series 2 and series 1, that's what I felt. That's what I felt in those couple of series. But I think he is getting better, and I feel like I appreciate why he is what he is. But yeah, that's all I can say about Anthony. The next one we're going to talk about is Kate. So I wrote a lot of information, so guys, bear with me 1 second. Before I even, well, in this series, you'll probably I'll explain a bit more. So, Kate, she is the older sister of Edwina Sharma and the stepdaughter of Mary Sharma. So, when I say stepdaughter, I think her parents died, so she became the half sister of Edwina, because Edwina's the younger sister and Kate is the older sister. So she's later on, she does get married to Anthony later on. So she becomes a Viscountess. That's what he wants. He wants a Viscountess. She explains how their parents been dead. That's what I explained. Kate and Lady Mary raised Edwina to be acquisitive lady. So when I mean acquisitive lady, I mean that they make her to be acquisitive lady because, you know, she's gonna because they want her to find some Viscount to marry Edwina. Now you understand the scenario in this. So now you can see why I'm saying why Anthony wants a Viscountess, because they're making her and Lady Mary are trying to treat her to be a lady so she can be a Viscountess. So they're having all these kind of like, oh, they say to her that they have all these dates and say to her, look, she's good at dancing and da 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 da. So I'm gonna say now, she's very good at sports. Sorry, this is about Kate. I don't know what I'm going to do now. So Kate, like I said, they raised Edwina to be a quizzer lady. Kate is very good with sports and wants what's what is best for her own sister. She does have a romantic interest with Anthony, but later on she does lie to her sister. In the end, she does be with Anthony, so she tried her best to protect her sister and hid the funding of the money as they need to marry Englishman for their fortune. You know, later on they in one of the episodes, she does tell her that she did find out with the parents when they told her. And I feel like the grandparents were not very good at very nice people. Like, they were just like saying bad things about her. Which I'm like, you know, you don't find people like that, because people don't even need that, to be honest with you. But you know, that's what happened. She does have a romantic interest with Anthony, but she does keep it from her sister, because in that time she didn't know she loved him or not. But I think she knew that the love was too much, that she was like, I really like Anthony. I like that episode scene where he's like, I burn for you. Like, I like that bit. And like I said, these are, some scenes are very intense. And you like, okay, so you can see a connection. That's why I like this season. But yeah, anyways, just home on. So the funding, like I said, she had to marry an Englishman for fortune, because they don't have that much fortune. They didn't need a rich man, innit? But she didn't tell Edwina that, and Edwina didn't know that. She was like, oh, you didn't tell me. But then, you know, she don't trust Edwina. She don't trust Anthony, sorry, because she saw he said something and don't want him near her. So in those episodes, you know, she does not like Anthony. She thinks that he's like kind of like a cool person. Like, he just saying things about women, and she doesn't like it. So that's why they don't get along. You know, there's a time where Edwina will be telling her that, oh, you need to get along with him because, like, I really like him. Because, you know, she's going to like Anthony. And she's like, oh, but she's like, okay, I'll say a bit more. Anyways. Now let's go to Edwina. She's the half older sister of Kate Sharma and daughter of Mary Sharma. She's the right person to find someone who's rich and is from England. So her sister teaches her many ways like doing dance, sports, books, and have parents. And they have parents who have been met in a scandalous way, meaning that something happened with the mum. I don't remember that much. So of course there's been some clash about that. But they have teach them well, and they want her to like find someone who's rich and the right person for her that she loves. Kate agreed with the grandparents, like I said, to provide a dowry as long as Edwina married a super lord. So Kate agreed with this with the grandparents, but she didn't tell Edwina. So Edwina was like, okay girl, you didn't tell me nothing. I have to marry a rich guy, and in what, 10 days, you know? Let's just say that. She really likes Anthony, even though he didn't show her love. She still wants to be with him. This is the bit where I'm trying to say, like, in this bit, I'll explain a bit more when there's a bit where Kate's talking to her and she's like, are you sure he's right for you? And she's like, yeah, he's right for me because even if he doesn't give me love, I really like him. And that's the thing with Edwina. She thought she liked him, but I feel like she should have, like, what's the word? Saw in her sister on how well they were. Because the thing is that in this series, Kate did not like Anthony. But Edwina wanted them to be together because she wanted them to have a connection together. But the connection did not go well because it finally meant they were in love, and that was not good for Edwina. But yeah, that's just what she still likes him. Kate don't like Anthony wants Edwina, but she thinks they need to form a friendship. So they can stop by the hate. She does explain it to her, and there's a bit where they're just playing each other, whatever. But then, of course, when you want someone to stop the hate, you know, when you hate someone, you fall in love with that person. That's just normal, you know. Kate lied to Edwina and did take a while to forgive her. Like I said in this episode, when she finds out, like when she has the wedding, which I'm going to say right now, in the wedding, she did find out it didn't work out with Anthony and got upset. So we're going to be saying a bit more later. So in this episode, she started like Anthony, and there was a bit where Kate and him were talking, and she was saying to him, oh, that I can just cancel off and be with you. And she's like, no, I want this for my sister. So of course she decided to propose to her. Boy, I'll say a bit more later on. But yeah, that's what happened. She did take a while for Kate to forgive her. Like, there's a bit where Kate falls out from the horse, and that's when she forgives her. Because remember, she didn't know, she got told off. But in the end, they did find out to work each other out. But yeah, that's it. Next we're going to move on is Violet. So Violet is Anthony's mother. So this one, I wrote a little bit of it because I only wrote like a paragraph. Her and Lady Danbury I wrote a little bit because in Queen, I'm gonna do a Queen Charlotte review, and the thing is that I'm not going to be writing so much for Violet Mom, because in this one you do explain a bit more about her life, but I think Queen Charlotte explain a bit more. So she's Anthony's mother and has 8 children. Imagine a woman, 8 children. She's the widow of Edmund, who's her ex-husband, and the Dowager Viscountess of Bridgerton. So she's a Bridgerton. So now you can guess why. In season 1, she had her daughter. So because they're very rich and very, you know, they have the monies, you know. She needs that. She needs the money in it. Sorry about this. I'm tired today. You know what I mean. So she needs the money, of course. So then, because she's rich and she has money, she has the money. What I meant to say is that because she's a Bridgerton, she needs to like have her daughters to have those Queen of Diamonds to get more people, more husbands, so then they can get more children. So that's what she has. So her role of her mom has to make sure her children have like people she likes, make sure they can get along and do this and do that. Because there's some bits in her scene where she's like to Eloise, oh, put it down, put this, put that, you know, and you know, some people just don't like it, especially Eloise. So she had a difficult relationship with her mom, but her dad had a good relationship. Okay, so this one is mainly about Queen Charlotte. So basically, she had a difficult relationship with her mom, but her dad had a good relationship, as he also called her the brains. So she is, you can say in her relationship, past-wise, her mom was very difficult. Like, she would like tell her to like just sit up straight and do this kind of thing. Where her dad was kind of chill. Like, he was basically famous for making party hats, which I'll say more later in Queen Charlotte. But this is basically what her life was. She lost a child due to miscarriage. That was very sad because there's a bit where she lost to do miscarriage. It is kind of sad how she, you know, had to do that. But it's just like sad. This lady has been through a lot, and like she's such a good mom. And I really like her as a character because, like, you can see in her way that she's very passionate with her children. She wants to do what's best for her children, and she wants to be in a good place, you know. You know, she don't want them to be all just snobbies and just don't do anything, you know what I mean? So, her husband died in the bee song when Pick Up Flower First mum with Edmund, so this one, the bit where she took flowers. The baby was in bad position, so she did live, but it was sad as her husband died. So this is the bit where I'm just going to talk about a bit more. This bit is kind of sad because she was in a bad position, the guy, the delivery guy, was saying to Anthony, oh, Anthony, what do you want to do? Can I explain to you for 1 second? When someone dies, and like you have the responsibility to be your viscountess, and now they're telling you what position you have to do. Girl, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor or a midwife. It's like they that's why they gave him the pressure and he didn't know what to do. So he had to stay with him. But then she was like, oh, don't go. I want Edmund. It's just so sad. This scene is so sad because you can see how she was upset. But it was sad. She felt that she could die in childbirth so she can be with Edmund. She felt Edmund was her heir. So like I said, this is the bit when she talks with Anthony. And there's a bit with the graveyard where he remembers. That's what she said to him. And I feel like, you know, she just was so shocked that he died. And it was just so sudden, like a bee stung. Like a bee stung killed someone like that so quickly. Like, it was just so sad. But yeah, her life was very rough. But with the whole Edwina, she did like Edwina. And she saw the good in him. But she was keep on making sure that he's being good with someone else. But, you know, all in well, that's basically about her life. Now we're going to go to Lady Danbury. Okay, so she's an old friend to Bridgerton family and also the royal family at the age of 3. Okay, with this one, I read a bit about Queen Charlotte, but let me explain a bit more Lady Danbury. Lady Danbury, she's she's an old friend to Bridgerton family. She knows Violet very much. She arranges these parties, and she is a widow because her late husband died. So now she is trying to, less the word, trying to see how this Queen of Diamond can be well. So when she went to Edwina, that's when she brought Edwina and Kate and formed a relationship together. There's a bit where she was like with her talking about, you know, telling her, she talked to Kate like, don't make any mistakes, or don't do anything stupid, like what she's trying to tell her. You know, so, you know, she's trying to do what she did when she had her past. So Lady Danbury is a very old friend to Queen Charlotte. They're best friends. They've been so friends since a long time. And because she's a lady, she's also trying to make sure that Edwina can find a good suitor. She's in this one episode, she's with them a lot. She does find out about what happened in the end, but then it does go well. But she's just trying to find good in the people. When it came down to the dowry of the grandparents, she knew about that. And she was like, and that's why Kate was trying to say to her, oh, I should tell her, and I think she didn't allow it, or something like that. But Lady Danbury, there's some, I can only say more about her in Queen Charlotte, not that much. Because in this episode, she's mainly just with the Chalmers family and trying to figure out a suitor for them. That's basically it. Okay, yeah, let's go on to Penelope. Okay, so Penelope, she's the youngest of the Featherington child. She got 2 sisters. One sister's, let me see something here. It's Prudence, and I forgot the other girl's name. So Prudence and the other sisters, I don't know, want to say more about the sisters that much. The sisters were much of that. They're both all family. So Prudence, I think Prudence is the one who gets married, and then you got the other girl. I forgot her name. Don't get me wrong, I just forgot her name. She does have a relationship with one of the cousins, which is a bit weird. But anyways, Penelope is the youngest child. She was presented by the society to wait another year like her close friend Eloise. She seemed like a nice person. She just does what she wants to do. Her mum allowed to be present to the Queen as her older sisters as well. So this is season 1. She has a crush on Colin. Mary catches Penelope in town. So in this episode, we get to see that Marie Deliver, I think this is the French lady, the one in the market, she watches her and now she's like, okay, she's like, oh, I'm done for now. She writes about Lady was a town that Louise is fraternizing with politics. So in this episode, we see that Louise tells her that Louise is trying to figure out about Lady was in town, and of course, you know, she's like, God's sake. So she does say these kind of things, but it didn't go well because, like, in her way, the way she says things, like, it just didn't go well for her. She went with Eloise but felt she has been quiet about Thea. Excuse me, she has been quiet. Thea and Eloise end the relationship due to Penelope and her servants gossiping to her. Eloise finds out that it was Penelope that stayed with her and cut ties with Eloise. She hears Colin say that he won't call her in the end and decided to continue relating with Tom. So in this episode, we get to see that in this episode with Eloise, she does find out who she is finally, is her friend, and she didn't know it was her friend, but she did this to write, and because because they ended the friendship with Penelope, saying to the servants about her, of course now she can't be with Thea now. So I'll tell you a bit more about Thea. But yeah, that's why when she found out, it was just like, it pissed me off Penelope in a way. Like, I know people will say to me that, oh, Penelope seems like a nice person, Penelope this, Penelope that. But I like her as a good person, but when she writes today and do this kind of gossip, she does go very deadly. And it's so sad, like, she basically, Eloise had to be blamed for because they thought it was her, but it wasn't her, it was Penelope. And the thing that frustrated me was like, girl, you should have said, it's me, you know what I mean? So that's why I was getting annoyed at season 2. Like, season 1, I liked her. Season 2, she was getting me annoyed. But that's what I can say about Eloise. But like I said, in the end, she does hear Colin saying he doesn't want to court with her. And of course, she decided to continue with Lady Wizardtown. But that's basically what Penelope is. Season 1, she does like Colin, but then he likes some other girl. So she tried everything not to be with him, whatever, and stuff like that. But hopefully we can see a Colin and Penelope because we like them together. But yeah, that's about it. The mom is the lady in the house and has 3 daughters. She is the one to prepare the lady a husband to marry. She neglects Penelope a lot, which I do agree with that. And she don't show that much care to her. She will tie her corsets very tight because that's when season 1 she had to tie them very tight. She don't care about Penelope that much. So, you know, that's about it. She got upset that Prudence fainted. That's when in season 1. And she said that in the season she's still the same person. Like I said, she's still the same person in the season because her husband died in the last episode. She went to bring Jack, and he was being brought by Prudence by his husband as their cousins. So, in this episode, we get to see Jack. So Jack is one of the cousins, but then she wanted Prudence. Was it Prudence? Okay, so it wasn't Prudence. It was the other girl. Prudence is the one that fainted. So she wants Prudence to date Jack, which is the cousin. I don't know that bit. As he didn't want to, he was forced though, but then she, of course, arranged it. In the end, they noticed the fraud, the way he did, because there's one bit where he kissed her mom, but then she found out, so they asked him to leave, and that's about it. The other sister, she got married to the guy, I forgot what his name is, but she seemed like a nice sister, but the other sister was very rude. Like, she was like into Penelope's life, like she nearly found out Penelope's letters, you know, about, you know, Lady Wizardtown, but she didn't. But yeah, that's about it, about hers. Colin is the son of Violet and grew up with elder brothers. He's close with Benedict and Anthony. He's the first son of the 8 children. He attended Eton College. He went away to see a country and wanted to come back to say hello. So, Colin season 1, he was trying to find someone, like the girl I was mentioning about, Marina. But it didn't work out because Marina, basically, she had an affair with some guy who was pregnant, but didn't tell anyone. She told Penelope. Penelope found out. She kind of got a bit jealous of her. And start saying like, that you need to tell him, and she's like, I don't want to tell him, you know. He does want to marry her, like, even though he doesn't care about what's happening. But then, of course, it didn't go well. But he did really like her. So in this season 1, he starts saying he's gonna go away. So in this one, he comes back, and it was like very cool to see him. But you know, he does change a bit. I wish Colin wouldn't change like this. Like, I really like season 1, but yeah. So Colin visits Marina and meets her new husband. He sees that she's not happy but tells him to move on, and they obviously he needs to show attention. And that's when she says he's like, who? And she's like, Penelope. She's trying to put in his head that it's Penelope, of course. But, you know, he's still not getting his head in. It is. He does invest with Jack and agrees his fortune. But then he finds out he was a fraud and stopped doing the business with him. Yeah, there was like a necklace thing he had to do, but then he found it out. He does say bad things about Penelope, and he does make it very bad, the ending. Like what I said in the ending, he just complicated, like, she loves him so much, and it's like, if he just understood what she wants. She loves him so much. And the thing that Marina telling him, and then when he told her, Marina, and she was like, and Penelope was excited in it, but then, mate, he did not get the message. But, like I said, Colin, he's just a very fishy guy. Like, you don't know what to expect from Colin. Like, I really want, even though I don't like Penelope's character, I really want them both together. I really wish they could have a connection, because the way that I know in season 3 they're gonna have a connection, and I'm ready for that. But I really wish they could. But yeah, that's about Colin. We got Benedict. When he done, guys, he's the second Bridgerton son. He has been shown that he shows a little interest in society goings on. That's in season 1, where he starts dating some other girls and stuff like that. This is when he starts to get interested on artwork and find a critic that's found by Henry Gravel, which is season 1. We find out. He has a good relationship with Benedict, as they will have a late night conversation. He also has a good connection with Eloise, so she's the one who encouraged him to pursue art. That's what makes him happy. He says okay. He has some funny moments in season 2, which is so funny. There's a part where there's a part when he was like in the thing, and then Colin gives him it's that kind of like a drug high. He drinks it, and it just so makes me laugh. But I love Benedict. He's just a good character. But yeah, he had some funny. Like I said, they were playing a game of Mallet. They were so funny. There's a bit when Colin offered to help him to lose his mind. So he pulled all that. I started getting high. It was so funny. He did apply for the art school, but later on found out that Anthony paid and that made him upset, of course. He had sex with Tessa, but we didn't get to see them more. Tessa is one of the models in the art school, but I really like Benedict, because in this series he goes to art school. When he found that Anthony was the one who just like paid for him, I was like, Anthony, really? This is what I say about Anthony. Anthony just stopped being an idiot. But yeah, that's about it. But I really like Benedict. I love his character. He's so underrated. I really wish they could bring more about I think that he's bi, because there's a bit in season 1 where he finds out Henry's having sex with a guy, and he's like looking. So maybe he's bi, but I don't know for sure. But I really wanted him to have his story more, because like we got to see him, but not that much. And I want to see him more, because I love Benedict. He's such a cute character. He's cute and handsome. But yeah, that's about it about Benedict. Okay, so we got 3 left. So we're gonna go on to Eloise. She's a 5th and 2nd child. She's a Bridgerton. She has been comely to Daphne to make this social debate, so she was the one in the first series. She focused on her studies. She has no attention on any balls or any gatherings. She's a person that she doesn't want to get married, but you know her mum is like, you need to get married. She told Penelope that an unmarried woman was pregnant, and she feared that it could happen to them, so that's what she feared, and that's what she doesn't want that. She went to the family and asked about how babies are born, but they refused to tell her. I don't understand. Colin told her about farm animals. She got attracted by Lady Wiston and didn't make it. When I explained this about the animal thing, she didn't know how to, like, the mum didn't even refuse to even tell her about what had to happen. And that was what irritated me, was like, you should know. It's your own daughter. You should know how to make babies. And it was just so weird why you got a brother to tell you about it. When I said she got interrupted by Lady Wiston, so basically it was in the first series, and she's a Queen of Diamonds. She got nervous because she doesn't like these kind of things. But then she got interrupted by Little Wizardtown, so that's why. So I think Penelope and Lady Wiston, she stopped her from even doing it, which was good. But yeah, she did her research about Lady Wiston. It did research on the dangerous road, and she met Theo, who is the publisher. They get a good connection with each other, but Lady Wiston did ruin her friendship with them, so they stopped seeing each other. She finds out who Lady Wiston and got very upset. So in this series, we get to know about how she finds out about Lady Wiston, and she really liked Theo because their both relationships together. I've heard in the book that she gets with Marina's husband. Was it Marina's husband? Yeah. And I was like, okay. So, but I really like Theo, and I really wish they could be together. But because of the Lady Wiston problem, he couldn't see her anymore. But in this series, it was so annoying. This is the bit where Queen Charlotte, she thinks it's her and confesses to her, saying that it's not her, but Louise was worried and she needed proof. So Queen Charlotte she spied on other people and told them all to look for Eloise. And it's just annoying because like it was not even her. I was shouting on my camera saying, it's not her, it is Penelope. But it was just so pissed me off. But I really wish that they could get together. I mean, Tara and Penelope could get together, and what happened, they could. But that's what I can say for Eloise. In this, also in Eloise, there was one bit when her mum was there, and then she was like, sorry, I'm supposed to disappoint daughter. It was just sad because like she's trying her best, but these people just they're being dickheads in a way. But yeah, I read Eloise. She's like simple like me. I see her in me in a way, and she's so funny. She's not bothered with any person and stuff like that, and she's a very curious person. So that's what I like about her. I remember in season 1, season 2, she was trying to see if it was Mary DeVoe who was the Lady Wiston, but it was not Lady Wiston. It was not her. So it was so funny. But anyways, now we're going to Queen Charlotte. Queen Charlotte is the Queen Consort of England. She's the wife of King George III. She's the most powerful of the time. In this season, she is more looking for someone who could be the next diamond and who was Lady Wizardtown. She gets very anxious and does all research and asks Seven to look for anyone's Lady Wizardtown. So in this series, there's a bit where with the husband, that bit with Edwina where they're like, Edwina's talking to the guy and he's trying to move a bit and you can see Lady Wizardtown crying. Queen Charlotte crying. So you can see a bit more about that. But, you know, in this series, it's mainly about Lady Wizardtown because she wants to find out who it is and the Queen of Diamond, that's it. And I think it was in this series, series 1 was when she tried to do the nephew for Daphne, but it didn't work out. So in this end of the series, that's when she finds she wants Edwina to be with him. Last but not least, we got Daphne. She is the finest daughter and has 4 brothers and 4 sisters. She was the last diamond and married to Simon, have a son. You will see her in some episodes in the new season. She knew what was happening with Anthony and Kate's scandal and knew what was going to happen, but didn't tell anyone. She does get along with Sharma family, and when Anthony was married to Kate, she was more happy. Okay, so that's about all the characters I explained. In this series, it's mainly about Kate. So Kate in this series, so like I said before, Edwina was trying to find a countess, but then it didn't go well because like she knew that it didn't work well because Kate and Anthony would keep on going on together. They'd keep on getting together. In the end, they do get together, and there were some intense moments. Like I said, there's a moments where they're in a wedding when he picks up the bracelet. There's a moment when they go to the tree when she got stung. He holds into her like this. Like those are tense moments, and those sex scenes, of course. But like I said, for overall this episode, I think the storyline was good. The chemistry between him and Kate was very good, and there were some bits that I was annoyed by some characters. But apart from that, I still enjoyed the series. I can see a difference in the season 1 and season 2. I like season 2 storyline than season 1, but that's my opinion. Yeah, that's how I feel about the season. I still like season 1, but season 2 is a much better storyline. My favourite episode is Off the Races, Edwina Bonnet, and Viscount Who Loved Me. And yeah, those are the episodes are. But like I mentioned before, this one was more about Lady Wizardtown. In the end, we didn't figure out who Lady Wizardtown is, but hopefully in season 3 they could let her out, and maybe Penelope can let her out. Hopefully my prediction for season 3 is that maybe Colin and Penelope does get together, because I saw some episodes, pictures, and they look good. Like her hair is much better. The dresses are much better. When they put in the yellow, I don't know that yellow. But anyways, I'm very excited for season 3 to come out. It's going to come out in December, I'm guessing. But that's about it, what I said. Hopefully I said what I can say. I know it's like 33 minutes, but hopefully I can see what I said. But yeah, it just showed me about Kate and relationship. Edwina did, in the end, she did forgive her in the end, but you know, there's some bits there. The mallet one was really good when they were playing at the ball. I like the wedding one too, where they're like together and stuff like that. I like the bit with the balcony. That's the sex scene they had. That's very tense. But apart from that, it was still good. What I have to say about Anthony is sometimes confusing because like she and Anthony could just been together and just confess to Edwina and say, look, I really like each other and we should get together. He's never gotten with the engagement because he knew that he didn't love her. He didn't love Edwina. He loved Kate. And I think that's what really bugs me out. And you know, that's what a bit about Anthony. Like he should just confessed to her, and Kate should have just been like, if I know that I'm gonna like someone and I go behind my friend's back, I'm gonna confess it. I won't keep it. Because that's what, if you keep it, it's the most worst thing ever. But I'm glad they got to get married and get together. But apart from that, that's about it. Sorry, I'm having an earring. This is Barbie. I know it's about Barbie earring. It's the one. Anyways, that's about it about season 2. I hope you guys liked the video. Comment on what you think. Hopefully this video gives you a lot of things to say. I just say about characters in the series. The series is mainly about Kate and Anthony's life. But like I said, that's about it. But I'm excited for season 3 to come out. And yeah, that's it. But I'm going to do Queen Charlotte. I'm going to go away in Brazil actually, guys. I'm going tomorrow. I'll come back in August 26th. But I'm going to record my Queen Charlotte. But yeah, that's it. Okay, guys. I'm going to go now because I'm tired. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. My Instagram's not down below. Let me say something to you. My friend actually recommended me to watch a series, but I didn't really want to watch it. But then it got me to thinking, and my friend's like, see, I knew you like it. I did like it though. I really like the series. It's very romantic, and I'm getting to romantic movies, TV shows and more. But yeah, thank you so much. Anyways, alright then, bye guys. My Instagram's not down below. But yeah, bye guys.